If you are looking forward to spring like me, paint some flowers is always a good option. But if you don't know where to start or you are at the beginning of your painting journey, I highly recommend start with pansies. Not only pansies are beautiful flowers to paint, but also they are pretty easy to paint. So, if you're interested, stay tuned. Hi, I'm Sisa, I'm watercolor artist. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining me today. As I said at the beginning, for today's video I picked out this beautiful velvet deep violet pansy, and I'm pretty sure you noticed across the social media, especially across the YouTube channel, there are tons of YouTube videos how to paint them, because every single artist has their own creative mindset approach how to paint the pansies. I like to paint in this semi-realistic way when I can be focused on details, but also let the colors mix up freely on the paper. So if you want to paint along with me today, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the button below, and the list of supplies you can find in description, and there is also on the link the template to use. Download it down and enjoy your painting. So let's go ahead. Fix the paper on the table with paper tape, and I'm putting aside the color chart for today's painting. I'm going to erase some of the hard lines because I pressed the pencil down too hard and I'm afraid they will be still visible even though I overlap them with watercolors. Add some lines around the center where the veins will be. I'm using these round mop brushes because they can soak up an enormous amount of water and painting with them is just superb. Start with two opposite petals and fill up every single of them with clean water, but only halfway. Mix violet with water into a water hue and fill up the petals and pull the color neatly to the edges. Soften the color around the center almost into invisible liquid color. The petals beneath as well. Mix violet rose with water and drop it down. Let the colors mix up freely. With watery violet rose mixture, fill up the petals on the top. Let it dry and let's prepare the colors for the second layer. With the second layer, we are going to build up the structure and depth. Switch the brush into a smaller one and mix violet with Winsor blue. Start painting on the right side and with a longer brush stroke, drop down the color. Clean the brush and with wet clean brush, soften the hard edges, create neat lines and pull the color to the edge. Let's move on the opposite side. The petals below as well, and on the right bottom petal, use an intense mixture of violet rose with a drop of violet. Soften the hard edges and move on the top. Between the two petals, let the thin light stripe. This is the rim of the petals, and we need to get there some contrast. Let it dry. I'm going to use the intense violet blue mixture and again paint the longer strokes to deepen the colors and to get there the velvet look. With intense violet, deepen the petals on the top and at the bottom as well. Switch brush into the small one, I think this is number 2, and I'm gonna paint the leaves. Mix the olive green with drop of water into watery olive green and fill up the leaves and stem. Paint the central point with a vivid yellow, spread the color neatly to the bottom, and into the very central part drop down a drop of orange. With intense olive green, create neat lines along with the central petals and put the drop olive green into the top. Soften the colors and let them dry. So the funny part, the typical remarkable central veins. Mix violet with a drop of water into dense violet color and start painting them with long strokes along the center. Let it dry. Let's move on onto the leaves. Mix the sap green with olive green and fill up the leaves. On the central part, let the mine vein. Mix the green mixture with a Winsor blue into dark green color and add some darker lines to get there some contrast. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more tutorials, and you can find me all over the social media. So see you soon. Bye. Mwah!